So look at the price of that baby. Pile of rocks on the ground now. The old police station. It's old William Creek pub, eh? So I've just pulled off the road, gonna head up to a ghost town called Strangeways, and just stopped here. We're still in Anna Creek Station. You can see behind there's a little sign, the old sign here, which is the Mound Springs and Heritage Conservation, which has been, this area here has been set aside by the Sydney Kidman and Co, people that used to own Anna Creek. So we'll just head up this little walking trail here to the Strangeways Springs ghost town. So I just noticed on this little walk up here, all this area here, it's all what appears to be lava. Definitely lava, I'd reckon. What do you think? So this little ghost town up here we're going to go and have a look at. Strangeways, it was a repeater station for the Overland Telegraph line. So 1870 construction started. It's 3,178 kilometres long from Port Augusta to Port Darwin. So involved 36,000 poles. 1871, the line from Port Augusta to Tennant Creek was completed, but progress on the northern line, which started at Darwin, was slowed because of the wet season. So 22nd of August 1872, the final link of the telegraph line was made. After much anxiety over the delays, Strangeways repeater station and telegraph office opened officially on the same day. How about that, eh? So important centre for many years, but on 8th of October 1896 its post and telegraph services were closed and transferred to the nearby town of William Creek on the recently completed Maree Oodnadatta Railway. So in June 1882 plans were announced to extend the Great Northern Railway from its terminal at Farina to Hergo Springs, which is now Maree. The track reached Hergo Springs in 1884, and in July construction was started on the next section to Strangeways. 500 to 600 unemployed men recruited from Adelaide travelled northwards, temporarily residing in the area and increasing the level activity of Strangeways. There we are. So following the completion of the railway construction to Oodnadatta in 1891, most of the workers left, resulting in the closure of the police station a few years later. So mid-1890s to late 1890s was when it all closed down, eh? And I thought I was smart. I'm not, I'm just reading off this board that's here, because I'm not that smart. Anyway, it's very interesting. So this is the pastoral station manager's house, the Overland Telegraph repeater station from 1872 to 1896. And then what else have we got over here? All these old buildings, eh? Now one would think that this was a church, mate. Water tank with 10,000 gallon capacity. Look at all these old ruins. It's classic. This is a great little spot. So it's just off the Oodnadatta track, about maybe 35 k's out of Coward Springs. So this is the kitchen. Well, there's not a lot left of these buildings. Whoa, man, flies. So either Not much left of these buildings at all anymore. The old weather seems to have had its effect on them. So that's the old pastoral building there. And what do we got here? So all these ones here, it's just dry stone. Oh, stockyards. Stockyards. Not sure how many people lived here back in the day. But there's an old police station over there. Oh, the old wool shed. Check her out. Not real big. So I'll have a quick look at the old police station, which is just over there. It's just a pile of rocks on the ground now. The old police station. So pretty well, as far as the eye can see here, is Anna Creek Station. That's what nearly 6 million acres looks like. You wouldn't think there's a lot of grazing area out there, would you? But there is somewhere. Well, I can't see too many fuel stops ahead up there, and well, can we read that? It is reading 0 kilometres of our cruising range, and we're on empty. Hopefully we can crawl a few more Ks and get to William Creek. Otherwise, we might be in a little bit of trouble. Just pulled up William Creek to get some fuel, and here we go. Look at the price of that baby. $2.99 for diesel and $2.99 for unleaded. Alright, William Creek Hotel, gateway to the Simpson Desert and Lake Eyre. Go in here, have a beer, and we're having a schnitty for lunch. No schnitties. What are we going to have?
We're going to have a pub burger.
Pub burger, are we? Alright, give it a go. It's old William Creek pub, eh? She's a gem. Another great little pub. And a burger and a beer. Have a quick squeeze. A few hats. Hats and the money. Up on the roof. Cards. We need to get a business card up on the roof. Don't you think? Well, there's not a whole lot to see on this road, that's for sure. Well, this section of the road, the track. On our way to Oodnadatta, probably pull short, camp, some ruins, the old Garn Railway ruins. Sarah's back in the hot seat, driving. Glad you got to drive the very boring part.
Boring and dippy.
Yeah, dips everywhere, which makes it a bit hard on the old, makes it a bit hard on the fuel consumption, that's for sure. So here she is, the old Garn Railway, or what's left of the old Garn Railway. All the old sleepers and the spikes to hold the railway line in. Look at that, eh? What have we got here? Oh, look at that. Old piece of history there. Off the old Garn Railway. There's another little piece. I wonder what they actually were. They must have been the little pieces to hold down the track, I would imagine. The old Garn Railway, or what's left of it. Just the sleepers laying in the dirt. So here's some bits here left from elder scientific expedition that left from out to here and went all the way to Western Australia. 6,886 kilometres they did, and they mapped over 200,000 square kilometres of areas that were not known by Europeans at the time. So I don't know what these old things are, but it's pretty cool. Lots of stuff out in here. It's amazing. So I've just pulled into this little spot. I think it's something like Algebakina. It's a bridge for the Garn, and there's a bit of water in there, as you can see. So we're just up here a little bit. Got here about half an hour too late to get the nice little water spot, camping spot over there. But anyway, we've got a nice little spot just up there. So have a bit of a squiz around and then head to Oodnadatta in the morning. So here's the old Garn Railway. The Great Northern Railway it's called. Don't know why it's called the Garn. We'll have to try and work that one out. But anyway, here's the bridge. This is the largest single span bridge in South Australia. How about that? We'll go for a bit of a walk. Further up on the actual bridge there, looks like there's two different gauges. And she looks a bit wobbly, the old railway line, that's for sure. Little walkway across here. It's good that they've let us come out here on the old railway bridge. Definitely two different gauges. So I was saying yesterday, the Garn Railway, which was the Great North Railway, I'm not sure why it was called the Garn. Well, I now know why it's called the Garn. It was renamed the Garn in recognition of the Afghan Cameleers, who were a major contributing factor to this Garn Railway being built. They hauled all the bits and pieces around with their camels. So there you go, that's why it's called the Garn Railway. But it's a beautiful little camping spot here. Lots of areas along the edge up there you can park up. I don't know about swimming in here, but it's quite nice. We'll have a quick little squiz.
Morning.
Good morning, we're off again. It's pretty barren out here too on the way to Oodnadatta. So we're 50 k's out after a nice little camping spot there on the side of the bridge, the Algebakina or something it's called, campground. And you were saying that it's the longest bridge in South Australia, but it actually goes for quite a bit further than what you can see because it's all must flood around there. So it's quite a big bridge. But he also said that it's
The most photographed bridge.
the most photographed bridge as well in South Australia. So there you go.
It's very barren and very red.
We just saw two kangaroos. First kangaroos we've seen for a long time. Now Sarah just wants to see a camel and a dingo, and then she'll be right.
Yep.
So what's the famous little landmark up here at Oodnadatta, Sarah?
The Pink Roadhouse.
The Pink Roadhouse. And then from there we won't do the whole Oodnadatta track. We're going to head straight down to Coopapedy, spend a couple of days in Coopapedy, and then we're
Paul's trying to get the van airborne again. He got it airborne yesterday. What was that? The day before.
Day before. Anyway, I think we've made up our mind. We're going to change of plans from Coopapedy. What do you think?
Yep. Most likely.
And what are we going to do?
Head to Uluru, Alice Springs and then Uluru.
So we were going to do down to Ceduna and Streaky Bay and the Eyre Peninsula, but we might save that for after summertime when the water's a bit warmer for swimming, because now being, September, it's probably still going to be a bit chilly down there for swimming, I would imagine. So we're going to head to Alice Springs and Uluru, and then from there maybe we'll do the McDonald Ranges for sure. Those guys we saw last night, that looked really good. All these dips are annoying. Yeah, McDonald Ranges, we'll head in there. Some of the photos they had of the gorges looked absolutely awesome. So we'll head in there. Whether we do that, we might do that before Uluru, I think.
Yeah.
After
Or
Alice.
was it before Alice?
No, we'll go and stay at Alice Springs and then head out. It's to the west of, well, where they was, the western side of McDonald Ranges, western side of Alice Springs. So, I think we might go to Fink too, on the way to Alice. We'll have a look. Might as well, you'd be mad if you didn't.
Yep.
But here the old Fink Desert Race isn't on at the moment, that'd be good to watch. Anyway, let's get to Oodnadatta.
Looks like a road train.
Look at the dust, man, oh man. I'm pulling over for this baby. Holy. The big
She's
road
crawling
train.
along.
Wow. Look
Giving
at
a
that.
wave.
Full of cattle.
Yep,
look
Dust
at the
City.
dust. Wow. Look at that. I'm glad I pulled over, that's for sure. Imagine driving through that doing like 80 k's. You'd be lost. Alright, we have made it. Yoo-hoo! Oodnadatta, finally. Cross that one off the bucket list. I've been wanting to do this for about 40 years. So the old Oodnadatta, we're going to head up to the Pink Roadhouse, the famous Pink Roadhouse. And the claim to fame here is it's the driest, hottest place in Australia. There you go. Alright, let's hit it. So here we are, the old Pink Roadhouse at Oodnadatta, the famous Pink Roadhouse. And they're still stinging you for fuel too, $2.99. Seems to be the standard price out here. Anyway, get a coffee and then get on the road again. Anyway, made it. Now down to Coober Pedy. Coober Pedy. So we are down in Faye Naylor's underground house. Look at all of this stuff that people have been digging out.